Hi everybody, Russ from My Am's 11. Hope you're all safe and well. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and hitting the bell icon so you're made aware of any time they put new content on. As always, we'd like to thank our lovely channel sponsors, Untuck It. Check them out in the description below. Today's guest, it's taken us months to sort of time out, but we've done it. It's Rick. How are we, Rick?
Yeah, not bad. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all right, thank you. I'm all right. How are things with you generally?
Yeah, fine. I'm only working 1 day a week at the minute because of lockdown. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm I'm on fire, but what can I do? Can't do nothing, can you? So
No, there's nothing you can do, mate, is there? To be fair, it's one of those things where you've got to. It's horrible to say it, but you just got to grin and bear it, isn't it? Everyone's a lot of people in the same boats, and a lot of people a lot worse. You know, you've got a roof over your head, you've got internet, so and West Ham are doing all right, aren't they? So what we got to worry
but
about?
this season we're doing fantastic. We really are.
Yeah,
It's been a good season last time.
it is. It's been a very good season. It's been very fun, and I am. It's weird. Someone we talking about today, I think, on the live stream. I look now when I go on the BBC website to look at the league table. I don't have to scroll down. We're just
Moved
there at
on,
the top.
Yeah.
It's amazing, isn't it? It's really bizarre. It's really bizarre, but no, but it's all good. And West Ham are doing well, and yeah, yeah. And we, and it's great because we can start chatting about West Ham, and that's what I love, and we'll have a little bit of a giggle today and stuff like that. So the first question I want to ask you, Rick, is because you come on the live streams and all that type of stuff, and which is brilliant. But why West Ham? Why do you support West Ham, my friend?
It's from my uncle actually. From I can West Ham fan because of him because he's
Yeah,
got a friend for West Ham. That got me into West Ham.
yeah,
I've only been to London Stadium once, and that was in 2007. And I've been to Upton Park once, Upton Park 2007, and I've been to London Stadium last year.
yeah.
What made me a West Ham fan is because I like how they played, and I think they were a good team.
Yeah. Well, now they're a good team. Now they're now they're a good
They were a
team.
good team anyway for me. So.
Yeah, yeah. And as you said, there's like a family connection, isn't there, with your uncle and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's nice, isn't it? And that's nice. And obviously, I know you go on, you're on Twitter and YouTube a lot. So despite the fact, as you said, you've only been to the home ground a couple of times. It's all a bit of a community, isn't it? And as as being part of the YouTube, you comment on all the videos and the live streams. It's not just the football, is it? It's like it's a family, isn't it? It really is a family.
Yeah, it really is, and it should. And to be honest, I think it should all football teams should be like that, but sometimes they're not. It's not.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's true. And I think West Ham are more so than any other club. I think that's why we have lots of people watch us. Lots of obviously, on this channel, for example, we have loads. We have Arsenal fans, Tottenham fans, Chelsea fans. They all watch us,
Yeah.
and I think it's because, well, I think there's a fascination with us because we've got such a passionate bunch of fans, but we ain't won nothing. Do you know what I mean? And we're still passionate, and we still turn up every day, and we'll still watch every game, and we haven't won anything 40 odd years. So it's I think
Right. If you love that much, of course you'll be passionate and yeah.
yeah, of course you will. You're totally right, man. Of course you'll be passionate, and that's the great. And that's why I love talking to people about West Ham because it's important to you. It's important to me. It's important to anyone watching this as well, whether they're a West Ham fan or not a West Ham fan. They can appreciate, being a passionate fan and sort of and watching all the YouTube videos and watching all the and going to the games and watching it on telly and stuff like that. And as I said, it's fortunate in that we've got lockdown, but West Ham are doing all right. Because I don't think I could survive lockdown with West Ham being typical West Ham. Do you know what I mean, Rick? But yeah, at least David Moyes has got a tune out of them, and we've got a team, haven't we? We got a team, which is what I love to see, and and hopefully we never know where we're going to be. Where do you think we'll finish, Rick, at the end of the season? What position?
I'm saying fifth or sixth.
Oh,
Every time I'm saying
nice.
fifth and sixth, because Everton are doing well this season.
Yeah,
I think now we've got a fifth and then we become sixth. But what we need to do this now from the last season is keep our form going. We've got Man City, we've got
yeah,
Tottenham. That's
yeah,
2 games. Now,
yeah.
if we got a draw out of them, I'll be happy. If we got a win out of Tottenham, I'll be
Mm,
more happy.
yeah,
Man City is the way off.
yeah.
You're not going to win against them.
No, no. I mean the way they're playing at the moment as well, isn't it? They're playing so well. They've won 16 games in a row or something ridiculous like that. But that's the type of game that will suit West Ham because that'll be like a free hit. You know, we're expected to lose that game, so if we get a draw, that's a bonus point, isn't it? Really. So
Yeah.
you're right. I mean, obviously Tottenham on Sunday. This will be going out on Thursday. So yeah, looking forward to Tottenham now. Looking forward to Tottenham on Sunday.
It'd be
Not
interesting
looking.
to see if Antonio starts on Sunday now.
Yes. Yeah, and it'd be interesting to see because he had his fitness test on the Monday, just before I saw him do it. I didn't think he looked particularly in. I didn't know whether he was going to start, but I think maybe they're resting him for the Tottenham game. That's the way I saw it. So yeah, I think him starting will be a big difference to us. But we know now because of the Sheffield United game, there is life beyond Mikel Antonio, isn't there?
Yeah.
And it sort of worked. I thought that's probably one of the best games Bowen's played for a long time. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, roll on Tottenham, and we'll see what happens. Yeah. I hope Harry Kane has a stinker because Harry Kane has been playing well. He's still unfit. He's still not fully fit, that's for sure. So hopefully he'll continue to be rubbish and we'll turn him over. We won't have to need a 90, whatever it was, 89th minute equaliser by Lanzini. We won't need one of them. We're going to win on Sunday, so that'll be good.
But though, we need our defence to actually step up again. If I
Yeah.
step up and the striker step up, we'll win it.
Yeah,
But if I
you're
don't
right.
step up on Sunday, so you're going to put 4-0.
Yeah,
If we don't step up on Sunday, we're losing.
yeah, you're right. You are right.
Tottenham is still a good team. Now, as a West Ham fan hates Tottenham, but you've got to give respect to them. They are still a good Premier League team.
Yeah, you're right. You are right. I mean, they are still a good team. I mean, you know, we're in a I wouldn't say exaggerated position, but we're doing better than everyone thought we was going to do, better than anyone thought we was going to do. And so yeah, we're Tottenham are always there or thereabouts, aren't they, in that sort of Champions League spot positions. You don't get there through luck season after season. They are a good team and they have got some cracking players. But there's something about West Ham, innit? There's something about West Ham and playing Tottenham, and we're their bogey team. And long may it continue. Long may it continue. As long as it continues past Sunday. And you're right. You know, if we step up and have a go at them, then you know I think pretty sure it's one in the midfield against Tottenham. You know, we've got one of the best midfields in the country in terms of Souček and Rice, and I don't think Tottenham could match us power to power. I like Højbjerg. He's a good player, but you know. We'll see. But it's always Son. It's always bloody Son with us, isn't he? He's the one who always ends up scoring against us. So he's a good player.
What we should do is make sure he gets injured.
Yeah.
Like, injure him.
Yeah.
He's out. How they going to get injured? He's out, then we'll win comfortably.
Great shouts. Get Kufal to just do him in about a minute. You know, do.
Yeah, do it, but make sure he doesn't get that lost Kufal. Just do it so I don't see it.
Do it subtly. Yeah, very good. All right, let's talk about your 11, Rick. So as I said, everyone we have on the channel gives a Hammers 11. Not everyone, but Harry Redknapp and a couple of others. So you can pick whoever you want, but you have to be alive to have seen them play. That's the only rule, really. So it'd be interesting to see who you've got. So if we started in goal, who would be in goal for the Rick 11? That's the question we're all asking today.
Robert Green.
Robert Green. Robert Green. Tell me about Robert Green, Rick. Why do you love Robert Green?
He is a for me, he's better than Fabianski.
Yeah.
He commands his box. For me, he does that in goals, but most keepers do. I've seen him play live, I think is good. He's just a good player at West
Yeah. He was consistent, wasn't he? And
Yeah.
and he was probably, we had him for a good few years, Robert Green, didn't we? And I like that in a player where he hangs around for a few years and he's always played well wherever he's gone. I think goalkeeper is always a tricky position, isn't it? Because they make a mistake and that's it, whereas a Gbona might put a back pass a little bit wide and people forget about it 5 minutes later. The goalkeeper is so crucial. And Greeno was great, wasn't he? And what I liked about him was he had a bit of banter with the fans and we used to sing Greeno, England #6 and stuff like that. And he loved all that. And I like players who interact with the fans like that. And he'd always do that with goalkeepers. But yeah, we'll put Robert Green in. Greeno is in between the sticks for the Rick 11. Right. Defence. Who's your first defender then, Rick?
Right, this player is James Collinson.
James Collins, yeah. Yep. Let me follow. Where's James? Where's Ginger? There he is. Good old James Collins. Why do you love James Collins then, Rick?
He's good fun. He's a really good defender. I'm actually sad he's actually left the club because I think he could have done another probably next year. I left the club. I don't agree with it. He's a really good defender. And
he's one of those players who he was like an old school defender, wasn't he? He would put his body on the line, wouldn't he? He'd put any part of his body on the line to not let a goal in. And West Ham fans love that, don't we? We love a player who's just going to have a go, just going to have a proper go. He was a proper old school, and I agree. Yeah, it was a shame he didn't get another bit on his contract, but these things happen. We never know. He's officially retired. Who knows? He might do. He's got. I know he's got a soccer school. He does, and he's a very good pundit as well. So who knows? Stranger things have happened at sea, haven't they, Rick? To be honest, right? Okay, we'll put Ginger in. So Ginger's in. That's your first defender. Who's next? Who's next in your list? Then Rick.
James Tompkins.
Oh, another James Tompkins. Tonks. We've got 2 Jameses so far. That's very good. Why Tompkins? Why Tompkins, Rick?
I don't know this. He knows football.
Yeah.
He's good at defending. That's about it. Yeah.
That's about it. And he's a kid, and he's come from the academy, isn't he? Really, and I think we love academy players, don't we? And I think he was a bit hard done by to leave. I don't think we should have sold him to Palace at that time, because I love a player who has a go, and he had a go. Obviously, he played right back for a while, didn't he? As well.
Yeah. He did. And but I think he played defender than right back.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, I know. And I think he's. I just like Tompkins. He's one of those players that I wish we could have had a little bit longer, because he was always in and out of the team, wasn't he? He was always in and out, and he was a good player when he played. He never let you down. Okay, we got 2. We've got Collins. We got Tompkins. Who's next then, Rick?
This has been my captain of the team, and it's Matthew Upson.
Matthew Upson. Matthew Upson. Let me find Matthew Upson. Upson. Captain Matthew Upson. Why do you like Upson? Go on, you go on, man.
I've only watched him. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, man. I can hear you.
Yeah. Now with Upson, he actually works really hard. Actually, in the team, he actually is actual. For me, he's the actual captain. He actually knows what his job is. He gets other people involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
again, I think he was obviously in that team where he obviously went down, unfortunately, as well. So he'll always have that sort of asterisk by his name. But
Yeah.
on his day, he was a really good defender. I think Upson was. Again, it happens a lot with West Ham. We get players who they get injured quite a lot, and he got injured quite a bit, didn't he, Upson? It was always an injury prone even before he joined West Ham. Had an incredible jaw. He looked like Desperate Dan. He had like a chiseled jaw, didn't he? Upson always used to like that because he had a nice beard like me, and I liked Upson. Right, okay, so we got Tompkins, we got Collins, we got Upson. Who's next? Who's next, my man?
I've got Vincent Reid.
Winston Reid. Where's Winnie? Let me find his name. Where's Winnie? Yeah, Winston Reid. He's been a good servant for the club, hasn't he?
Yeah, 10 years at the club.
Yeah.
Last in those 10 years.
Yeah. He has.
Yeah. He is.
Again, another one who's been unfortunate with injury, hasn't he, as well? He's been injured quite a lot, and it's been a shame. But he's I think he's I mean, no one can criticise. Obviously, he's always, because he scored that final goal at the bowling. He'll always be remembered, won't he? He'll be forever will be remembered as the person. And he scored against Tottenham. He scored against Millwall. He's basically done the hat trick, hasn't he? Really. So, a big fan of Winnie Reid. Big fan of Winnie Reid. Right. Okay. So we've got Green. We've got Tompkins. We've got Collins. We've got Upson. We've got Reid. Who is next in the team, Rick? Who's next?
The best player of time I've seen is Mark Noble.
Mark Noble. What a player. Isn't he, Mark Noble?
Yeah.
So many games.
So many games. He's so loyal to the club.
Yeah.
What I actually like that. You should be loyal to the club. He's a good player. Now he's okay, but he's getting old.
Yeah.
I'd actually love to see him as West Ham manager one day.
Yeah, I think everyone would do. I think you see how Scott Parker has developed into a manager at Fulham. I can see almost Mark Noble doing exactly the same thing with West Ham. There's no denying and what I think is really cool, Rick, is because he's basically he's a fan. He's a fan. He's a West Ham fan, and he's playing for his boyhood club. That's really special, I think, in modern day football. It's something that doesn't happen a lot. There's not a lot of players in the Premier League who play for the club they support, or captain the club they support, or have played over 500 games for the club they support. It's he's one of a very, very rare breed, Mr. Mark Noble. But no, I love him, absolutely love him, and actually, I think the way you said he plays all right. Yeah, he's all right. I think basically now he is that. The team is that midfield is Souček and Rice, and then Noble comes on for 15, 20 minutes at the end to tie it up. If we're winning, to hold the game out, and he can do that for another couple of seasons. That role, I think he's fit enough to do it. 15, 20 minutes, and then the cup games, he plays the cup games.
So what, you give him 2 years contract then?
Yeah, I would actually give him a 2-year contract, because I wouldn't give him another year. Because
would that be player and manager, or just player?
Player with and sort of a youth team coach role. I wouldn't put him straight. I don't think if you're club captain, you can be a coach in that league yet. Do you know what I mean? Because I think there's sort of double duty there. So I think I'd give him a 2-year contract playing with doing his coaching badges as well. So he can do his coaching badges during that 2 years as well. And he is club captain. Fair enough. Deck's the team captain. And literally he's a 15-20 minute man, and because I wouldn't want to give him, because we don't know what's going to happen in the next year, do we, in terms of all his COVID stuff, and so give him another year, great, but I'd love him to have a whole season with the fans. Do you know what I mean? We assume next season, this August, we're all going to be back at London Stadium. We could not be. We might not be. We don't know. So it's like, rather, I don't want to give him half a season, so, and even if we do pay as you play or something, keep him on the books and give him that last season that he deserves, and so that's what I would do. But I mean, who knows? I'm only a YouTube bloke, talking in a microphone. I'm not a finance person or anything like that, but we'll see, man. Right.
Then after give him a big standoff.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We have to give him a big send off. He's going to be the last, I think, to be honest, Rick. He's the last of a dying breed in not just at West Ham, in professional football. A one-man club, over 500 appearances for your club. No, there's no one in the league like that at the moment. I don't think there ever will be. I think football's changed, and you don't get those, one-man clubs anymore. You don't, because there's the money in the game's ridiculous. As soon as anyone looks good, the big clubs will snap him up, and then they'll ruin him, and then they'll get farmed off to a lower league club. And it's so Mark. I think, unfortunately, when he retires, it's the end of an era in terms of that player. So a huge send off. It'll have to be a whole season send off. I think he deserves, to be honest. Unlike. To be fair, you look at, I know that, people like Billy Bonds and Frank Lampard Jr. and Bobby Moore and Trevor Brooking, they've played hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of games for West Ham. They all won something. Mark Noble hasn't won bugger all. And he's been relegated how many times? He's had to come up, and he ain't grumbled, he ain't moaned. He's just cracked on with it. And I think there's something special in that, there's something special to be that. Yeah, great. It's great that, they've had these players who have lifted the FA Cup and, Bobby Moore, obviously the World Cup and stuff like that, and European Cups. But Mark Noble never won none of that, but he still stayed with the club and still played 500 games in the Championship, in the Premier League, and played 100% every minute he was on that pitch. Yeah. Every minute. And I think that's a huge thing. It's a huge thing. Right, there we go. It's getting a bit sentimental there. Anyway, let's get Noble. Okay, Noble's in the team. Who's next then, Rick? Who's next?
Our captain this season, Declan Rice.
Declan Rice, good old Dec. I love Declan Rice, don't you?
I love him. Yeah, he's actually a player that actually. He doesn't moan at all. He actually is the best, I think, in the league at his job. Yeah. He gets tackles in. If he can be like Mark Noble and stay at the club for 10 years, or 15, go ahead. I don't think it'll happen. I think he'll go to Chelsea next year.
Yeah, I don't think Chelsea now. I think he'll go to Man United next year. I really do. Or City. I don't think he'll go Chelsea now because of...
Why Man United? Because Man United haven't got... I don't think the manager will play him enough at United.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, you're probably right. I mean, I don't think he should go. I don't think he should go anywhere. So I think actually he's got the perfect club for his career at West Ham. He's a big fish in a small pond at West Ham. And if the club can develop, so yeah, whether we finish 5th, 6th, 10th, whatever this season, say we do it again next year and the next year and the next year, he'll be in the top eight club. Do you know what I mean? So for me, what's his aspirations? He's going to be, and he's adored by the fans. He's playing really good football. He's got a midfield partner next to him who just get each other as a pairing. Fantastic. And I just think he's in the right place for where he needs to be in terms of his footballing career. Who knows in 3 years' time, 5 years? I mean, the fact is, when Mark Noble retires, it's there for him, isn't it? To be the team captain, the club captain, off you go. We can build the team around him, and we'd be very, very happy. We'd all be very, very happy. But as we know, football's a funny old game, innit? So we'll see what happens. But yeah, no, I love Declan Rice. I love his I love his he just seems happy to play football. Do you know what I mean? He's got a smile on his face when he comes off the pitch of day one. When you interview him, he's funny. I love the fact that Jesse Lingard's there now, because him and Jesse bounce off each other on Instagram and social media. That's what we want. We want people like that. We want characters. And Dec is an old school footballer in a young man's body. He's got that sort of old school mentality. And being a leader at such a young age as well. The guy's 21, 22. When Mark Noble's not in the team, there's no question that Declan Rice is going to be captain. We don't go, oh, hang on, he's a bit young, isn't he? No one's even considered how young he is. And he's played over 100 and something games for us. It's mental. He played every minute of the Premier League last year. I think there was only 4 people ever have done that, I believe, or maybe 4 people last season. So that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Yeah. And you're right. He doesn't moan. Gets on with it. Just gets on with it. And if he comes off the pitch and we've lost, he looks like his world's collapsed on the interviews. Same as us. When we've lost, we're all unhappy. He's unhappy. When we've won, we're buzzing and he's buzzing. And I love seeing that. I love seeing it. Right.
What do you think?
Go on.
Quickly, what do you think of Declan Mark Noble? No, Declan Rice giving Mark Noble the captain when he comes on. Do you think that's the right thing to do or one thing to do?
Yes, I think it's the right thing to do, in that it shows to me what a gentleman Declan Rice is. Because because what I love about that is I think it shows how much respect Declan Rice has got for Mark Noble. I know there's a bit of a criticism when, to be honest, to be fair, he does it at the wrong times, and so I think there was the Fulham game, wasn't it, when he was doing it or something like that, or maybe the Palace game, and the game was still going on when he was trying to give him the armband. And for me, I don't know why you just don't have 2 armbands and put one on Mark Noble, one on Declan. And when Mark Noble comes off, you just take your Declan's one and put it in his sock or something. But it shows to me that he's got a lot of respect for Mark Noble. And to be honest, Mark Noble doesn't stand there and not ask for that armband. Declan's the one who goes over all the time to put it on. So I know some people criticise it and stuff, but I think it's a real mark of respect for Mark Noble personally.
Yeah, but for me, it should be. If you're the captain of the club at that time, you should stay captain the whole game.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, I agree. No, I do agree. I know what you mean. I think it's horses for courses, isn't it? To be honest, I think it's a bit of fabric, really, isn't it? That's what it is. It's a bit of fabric around your arm, and we know that Declan is the team captain, really, because Mark's not going to start many games apart from the cup games, and we know Mark's the club captain because he has been for the last 5 years. So it is what it is, isn't it? It is what it is. But I think it's a good mark of respect, personally. But people have different opinions. You have a different opinion, and that's what I love about this show, Rick. Because football's all about opinions, and like your 11, someone might put a different 11 up. So that's why I love it, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So we'll put Mark Noble in. We'll put Declan Rice in, and I forgot to write his name down. Declan Rice. Who is next, my man?
Okay. Carlton Cole.
Carlton Cole. Good old Carlton Cole. Tell me about Carlton Cole.
There's a lot of things I can say about Carlton Cole. I'm gonna start. To be honest, he was an okay player. He's got a lot of goals for West Ham, I think, didn't he?
Yeah. I think I believe he is I think Antonio's just overtaken him, or is about to overtake. No, or something like he's like, I think he's the third or fourth top Premier League goal scorer for us. So yeah, he scores. He scored a fair few goals as old Carlton.
Yeah, and that's why I like him. He scored a lot of goals for West Ham. I think that's amusing.
And he's a trier, isn't he? He always used to try for West Ham. He wasn't necessarily. Carlton wasn't necessarily the best player at in the club. He wasn't necessarily the most skillful, but he had a go and he tried. And we love a trier. That's all we ask about being a West Ham fan, is when you put a West Ham shirt on, you try. It's not your fault if you're not good enough, technically, because you've been put in this position. But as long as you have a go, and Carlton, but he had moments of genius. Moments he was fantastic, and then moments where he wasn't. And I think that endeared people to him. And the fact that when we went down, he took a pay cut to stay with us. When does that ever happen in football? We released him and then signed him again a few weeks later, and No, I like, and the fact that he's still in the club and he's doing all the coaching stuff, I think is brilliant as well.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
big fan of Colton Cole. Right. Okay. So we got who's next? Who's next?
Ricardo Frostite.
Oh, nice. Ricardo Vaste. Let me find. I might have to type that one. No. I've got him. There we go. Ricardo. I like Ricardo Vaste.
He was good for us in the championship, the playoffs, when we played Blackpool. That goal, and we went up to the Premier League.
Yeah.
Was fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, there's no doubt he, I think, you picked Colton as well, and Colton and Vaste obviously both scored in that game, didn't they? So, no, I think Vaste was, Sam brought him in. We needed a bit of, we had loads of like Kevin Nolans and those players who at that time who were like solid players, you could rely on them, but we didn't have any skill, did we? Any guile, anything a bit different. And he brought it, didn't he? And in the champion, he lit up the championship with us as well, and as you said, maybe not so much in the Premier League, he didn't cut it as much, but yeah, and obviously you can't, again, he's one of those players who scored such an important goal for us to take us up. And yeah, that vision of him with, that just his ripped body, just when he scored the goal at Wembley, yeah, it was a fantastic day. And yeah, no, Vaste, yeah, good shout. I like Ricardo. He was a really solid player for us at that time. Definitely. Right. Okay. So we got Vaste. Who's next, my man? Who is next?
Nice one. We spoke about him earlier. Antonio.
Michael Antonio. Lovely. Right, let me find Michael Antonio. God, can't find anyone today. It's because you're picking different people, so I can't find them. Michael Antonio.
List, didn't you?
No, I don't. No, I don't have the list anymore. I lost the list. I do it all live. Rick. This is all live. I lost your list, like, because you Instagram, wasn't it? And we couldn't find it. But anyway, Michael Antonio. Tell me why you love Mr. Antonio.
To me, he was a good winner on the win when he played for West Ham. I know he is a fantastic, what I say, a striker, but he actually is not a striker, but he is. He's fit, that's of course. He gets into the right positions. He works his bullocks off for 90 minutes normally.
Yeah.
He gets fouled quite a lot, but if you're a good player, you get fouled. Yeah.
No, it's true. It's true. I know what you mean. He just, again, he's a bit like a Carlton Cole, really, thinking about it. You know what I mean? He's like, he tries really hard, doesn't he? He really, really tries hard. And, as I said, we love a trier. So, no, I think he's found this position up front now, and it just suits him, doesn't it, really? Because he can just stay up there. We kick the ball up to him and he just runs at people. And, and I think, I can't remember who it was. It was, I was listening to a commentator talking about Antonio, and he basically said, how's a defender meant to defend against Antonio when Antonio doesn't know what he's going to do next? So how can a defender know what he's going to do next? So, yeah, no, he's a top bloke. I like Antonio. And again, he's a bit of a character, isn't he? He's funny.
He was quite young, but he's not.
Yeah, no, he's not. He isn't. But what I do like about him is he's gone up from non-league. Do you know what I mean? He's worked his way up to the Premier League. Unlike, some kids today where they go into the academies at these Premier League clubs and that's it. He did non-league. He worked his way up. Obviously, we bought him from, he was at Sheffield Wednesday. We bought him from Nottingham Forest. And then he got into the Premier League eventually. And, I like players who do that. I like players to do that, but no, Antonio. Right, we've got one more. I think we've missed one out. Right, so we've got we've got Robert Green, we've got James Collins, we've got Tompkins, we've got Upson Reed, we've got Martin Oval, Declan Rice, Colton Cole, Vaste, Antonio. I think we've lost. I think we've forgotten one more. I'm just looking for I found your list now. There's one more person.
Tommy Nolan.
Kevin Nolan. There we go. I was like, I think we got to miss someone out. Kevin Nolan. Right, where is old Kev? Where is there's Kev. Right. So why Kevin Nolan, Rick?
I'm gonna say championship because that's why I've seen him a lot with
Yeah.
West Ham. He looked up in the championship with West Ham. Now with him, he got from Newcastle, didn't he? Then he went to West Ham. He was made captain with Sam Allardyce. He done really well in muscle games. Now he's a coach at West Ham with Moyes. So, and he is a fantastic player.
Yeah.
Fantastic player.
And a fantastic captain as well for West Ham when he was captain. You know, I've been very fortunate enough to interview a lot of players who played under him, so to speak, and he was a brilliant club captain. And I think Mark Noble's learnt a lot off Kevin Nolan how to be a captain as well because of that, you know. And he was like the join between obviously the management and the players. And I think now he's in the coaching staff, he knows. To me, it looks like he's doing that same role. It looks like he's being the sort of the go-between between David Moyes and the players, because he's always buzzing around the players. You see him at the end of the game, he's always around the players, hugging them, you know, having little jokes and stuff. And I think his role in our success at the moment, it can't be undermined. He's brilliant. I think he's a great coach. I don't think he obviously he managed at Orient, he managed at Notts County and stuff, and it wasn't particularly. But I think as a coach, I think that's his role. And long may it continue. Long may it continue, Rick. Right, I've got where's my thing? Where's my thing? I'll show you. So we've got the team. So there's your team. Let me share it. Let me share my screen. Oh god, I haven't done this very well today. Right. Oh, no, that's you. No, that's you. There we go. There's the screen. There we go. That's better. So there we go. So we've got the Robert Green, we've got James Tompkins, Collins, Upson, Reed, Antonio, Noble, Rice, Vaste, Cole, and I put Nolan at 10 because I think that was his best position with Andy Carroll up front. Yeah. Nice team, my man. Nice team. I think it would do some bits, as the kids say. It would do bits, but no, it's very, very good, man. Rick, buddy, it's been absolutely brilliant. You said it was only going to be 30 minutes. It's been 37 minutes. So a little bit more than you said it was going to be, man. But anyway, thank you so much, mate. We finally got to get the chance to chat, and I know you were a bit apprehensive and stuff, but hopefully you enjoyed yourself as well, man. It was
thanks for letting me come on.
Absolute pleasure, man. An absolute pleasure. Let me just say goodbye to everyone. Thank you, everybody, for your time, and from myself and from Rick. Take care, everyone. Stay safe. Wash those hands. Get your jabs. Come on, you irons, and we'll see you again very, very soon. Take care, everyone. Much love. See you, Rick. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye.